my beautiful souls. I am Anmol and welcome back to my channel. So on the second episode of Sustainable Talks, we'll be talking very briefly about fast fashion and also about the pros and cons of sustainable fashion. So let's get right into the video. So what is exactly fast fashion? Now, fast fashion can be defined as cheap, trendy clothes produced by high street brands like H&M, Zara, Mango, Topshop and many others in that case. And they produce in such a high rate that they have a new collection in their stores every second week. The basic idea of fast fashion was consuming a lot of fast fashion, lot of trendy clothes, and the most inflicting brand strategy that they followed and was a huge success was that if people really repeat clothes, it will be embarrassing, and that if you're not trendy, you are not accepted in the society. Well, after that, people really started using clothes as use and throw material because it was coming at such a cheap cost. We unknowingly fell a prey of this fast fashion system and generated and are still generating tons of waste every year. Now, the bigger question is, when did people really find out the real truth about fast fashion? Well, it was after a very horrific incident that happened in Bangladesh in a garment factory called Rana Plaza that collapsed, killing around more than 1,000 workers. When investigated, it was found out that the tragedy could have stopped because the workers working there were constantly telling about and reporting about the cracks in the building. After investigation, it was also found out that these big giants were opening their workshops in third world countries because they got cheap labor, and they were not even paying minimum wages. They were making them do work extra time. They were not even given proper working conditions. They were forced labor, and all the synthetics, dyes and wastage that was produced during the manufacturing process, it was all thrown into the nearby water bodies without any wastewater treatment. You can go ahead and watch a documentary called The True Cost, and you will actually know the real cost we as consumers are paying for cheap fashion. I've linked the documentary in the bio below. Throwing more light on fast fashion and why to minimize the consumption of these big giants, or rather not buy from them, because most of the clothes manufactured from them use synthetic fibers like polyester, nylon, acrylic, along with viscose, which do not decompose easily. And along the process of manufacturing, they also use more synthetics and very strong dyes, which are really very harmful for our skin, causing many skin problems and rashes, and can cause really serious problems if it is used regularly. And if you want to know more about the impact of fast fashion that it has on earth, you can go check out the first episode of Sustainable Talks. I've also linked that in the bio below. Now, when it comes to sustainable fashion or even creating a sustainable wardrobes, it is really easier said than done. Even though sustainable fashion might look difficult at initial stages, but trust me, it's not impossible. Coming back and talking about some pros and cons of sustainable fashion. So let's start with some pros. First, there are noticeable effects of choosing sustainable fashion. So the cheap, trendy fashion that we have been buying ultimately sits in the landfills, and I don't know for how many years it will still sit in landfills without decomposing. So it's all about giving less strain to earth and reducing the amount of waste we generate every year. Second, you will build a really quality wardrobe. Slowly and gradually, as your wardrobe will have more pieces that are eco-friendly, you will start feeling more authentic because it totally has a very different look and feel to it. And you'll also start having fun when you mix and match, your daily outfits, and you try new things, new creative things, and you'll be really proud at the end of the day what you created out of your wardrobe. When you really understand the real price you were paying for constant consumption of cheap fashion, you'll really be satisfied that your choices are not harming either the earth or the people at the end of the day. Well, jumping on to the cons now. Number one, not everyone can afford. Yes, I totally agree that sustainable fashion is costlier in comparison to that of fast fashion. But when you're shopping ethically, you don't bring bags full of clothes. You bring pieces that you'll actually wear and that will actually last in your wardrobe. So the money you spend becomes fully worth it. And isn't it sheer waste of money buying trendy clothes and never really wearing it and then just throwing it in the bin? It's like throwing money in the bin. Not offending anyone, and straight away moving to the second point, that is, it needs proper education. Sustainability does need a lot of education. Even though I have read a lot and researched a lot, but I still feel there is a lot to learn and explore within sustainability. And in this profit making business, you really need to be updated, because brands can really trick you in this age of profit making. Number 3, it needs a mindset change. This is considered one of the hardest parts when you're trying sustainable fashion, because it is a habit that you need to change, and people say that habits take a very long time to change. But I guess if you decide it will be very easy for you. So these were some pros and cons of sustainable fashion, and I hope they help you in your journey towards sustainable fashion. And if you want to have a discussion with me, or you have any question, leave it in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to connect to you, to answer you, and to have a discussion with you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe my channel for constant updates. I upload a new video every Saturday. Up until next time, sending you a lot of happy vibes. Bye.